Psychologically, according to Harvard, the first 30 seconds of any speech are very important. Within these first 30 seconds, I'll either have you listening to me or sleeping in your seats, which makes it very intimidating for me to be up here speaking because, well, 30 seconds is the exact amount of time it takes for people to realize that I'm like 5'5". Now, assuming that there's around 100 people here in this room today, that makes around 4,950 different combinations of pairs of two that you can make here today. And the probability that a pair picked at random would share the exact same opinion on every word I said here today, according to Neuroscience News, would be the number 0, followed by a decimal point, followed by 97 more zeros, and the numbers 5 and 9. Almost everything that we see and hear around us is subjective. Sometimes all these different opinions lead to a major social occurrence, controversy. Now, around last week, I had gone to Sharjah with a friend to go karting. So this is what the circuit looks like. And if you turn your attention to this part of the circuit, it's a very sharp corner where turns are supposed to be made. It's called a hairpin. And what I was doing was, on my third lap of the circuit, I was driving at max speed at 80 miles per hour. And as I reached the hairpin, I slowed down in acceleration and braked very lightly to conserve my speed. Here's the thing, the kart wasn't slowing down. So now, I get my foot of the accelerator and put more pressure on the brakes. But the kart still doesn't slow down. And at this point, I'm full on panicking, right? Because there's this huge barricade of wheels in front of me that I'm about to hit at 80 miles per hour at full velocity. So now, I get my foot of the accelerator once again and slam the brakes as hard as I can, but the kart still doesn't stop. My kart slams it against the barricade at full velocity. Now, some of my friends think this is because of the way I drive, while I still think that the brakes were faulty. We see or hear about controversy in so many different ways, in so many different fields throughout our life. Whether it's from your favorite show getting cancelled on Netflix, to sports like football, or even motorsport like F1. Now, speaking of F1, we've recently had the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix about 2 months ago, very recently. And it got me thinking about an incident that took place all the way back in 2019. Now, in 2019, during the Austrian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen made a late-braking move on Charles Leclerc near a corner. Both the drivers went wheel to wheel, and Max Verstappen emerged in the lead. However, to do so, he had to quite aggressively push Charles Leclerc off the track. Now, the stewards who managed F1 looked after the incident and felt that the move was aggressive, not illegal. And fans were sharply divided online. A lot of people felt that F1 is a no-contact sport and that we shouldn't allow braking moves like this, while others felt that it's just part of the game. Now, in the year that I was born, in 2010, took place the FIFA World Cup in South Africa. One of these matches was the quarterfinal between Ghana and Uruguay. In the 120th minute of play, Ghana's Stephen Afia drove the ball into the net. The shot, however, was then saved by a 23-year-old Luis Suarez. He had saved the shot with his hand. The problem? Luis Suarez isn't a goalkeeper. His handball got him a red card and Ghana a penalty in the dying minutes of the game. In the dying minutes of the game, Ghana's captain stepped up and took the penalty, but missed. The match later on went to advanced penalties, which Uruguay won 4-2. And as Suarez's handball had knocked out Ghana out of the World Cup and brought Uruguay to the semi-finals, Africa was seething. Some brought up the fact that Ghana were given a penalty, which they missed, and that Uruguay won fairly, while others brought up elements of fair play, sportsmanship, and ethics. And while the incident was very controversial, I at the time didn't have much of an opinion because I was only 6 months old. Now, in 1998, three men founded a startup. And this company faced controversy after controversy, from disagreements between the owners to whether they should be acquired by X.com, owned by Elon Musk, or eBay. But throughout all these different opinions, the company just got more and more creative and more receptive towards new ideas, and that propelled them to venture into online banking. Today, the company has a net worth of $68.7 billion US, and you might know it as PayPal. So why should you be here listening to a 14-year-old yapping about controversy? Well, the thing is, you're going to see or hear about controversy a lot of times in life. And at least once, you'll be the subject of controversy. So what can you do about controversy? Nothing. There's nothing you can do to avoid a little controversy at least once wherever you go. But does controversy really have to be a bad thing? So I've been watching a bit of Suits recently on Netflix. So from a legal setting, it's important to have both a prosecuting attorney and a defense attorney so that jurors and the judges can come to the middle ground, which is the truth. Furthermore, controversy is also an interesting way to get people talking. Now, in 2020, Elon Musk unveiled the Cybertruck live in front of millions of people. And this thing is huge, right? It weighs 6,603 pounds, and one of its main gimmicks is that it's unbreakable and bulletproof. So to demonstrate this fact, Elon Musk essentially calls a worker upstage to throw a metal ball at the truck. Now the employee comes up and throws the ball at the truck as instructed. The metal ball barely hits the truck, and the inner glass immediately shatters, and there's a huge crack on the outer surface of the glass. And within minutes, the internet was split between sides. Some felt that this truck was a huge joke, and it shouldn't even have been unveiled in the first place, while others felt that Elon Musk would go ahead and fix the problem. The truck was still new anyways, right? Very interestingly, throughout this whole saga, Tesla had secretly gotten millions of people talking, discussing, advertising, and hyping up their product. An article even reveals that merely days after the whole fiasco, Tesla had gotten 200,000 pre-orders for their truck. Furthermore, Tesla.com even cashed in on their own embarrassment by selling stickers, broken window stickers, that sold out at $55 immediately. Not bad, right? In my opinion, controversy is also a very good way to innovate and for new ideas to come to the spotlight. There's this opinion that a lot of people have, which is failure is a learning experience and a stepping stone towards success. To be honest, I harshly disagree with this statement. I feel like this excuse can sometimes be used for people to rationalize their own shortcomings. I feel like if you go to do something, you should go in and give your 100% with the ambition to win, not to fail. There's a book called Fail First. You shouldn't even fail in the first place, according to me. But the fact that so many people disagree with what I have to say partially fuels my need to win. Now, there may have been some things in my TED Talk which you just don't agree with. But isn't that the point that I'm trying to make? Thank you.